Following an intense U.S. Grand Prix with controversial racing incidents, Formula One drivers gathered at the Mexican GP for what Carlos Sainz described as a lively and productive meeting to discuss the rules of racing engagement. The discussions focused primarily on the recent clash between Lando Norris and Max Verstappen, a battle that ignited fresh debates on overtaking rules and defending positions. This specific incident, where Norris received a 5-second penalty after Verstappen defended aggressively, exposed lingering issues with the FIA's existing regulations. Despite a formal review request by McLaren, the penalty stood, intensifying calls for clearer, fairer racing guidelines. The crux of the Norris-Verstappen incident was their wheel-to-wheel clash in Austin. Norris made a bold attempt to pass Verstappen, managing to pull ahead momentarily. However, Verstappen's defensive maneuver pushed both drivers off the track, leaving Norris with a time penalty for gaining an advantage. The steward's decision relied on nuanced interpretations of which driver had corner rights, favoring Verstappen as the defending driver and giving him the discretion to determine racing lines. The result sparked criticism among drivers and fans alike, with many questioning whether the existing guidelines provide adequate clarity in high-stakes moments like these. During the meeting, drivers voiced concerns and exchanged ideas on how to improve these guidelines. Sainz, reflecting on the discussions, emphasized the positive and constructive nature of the dialogue. He suggested that drivers are united in their desire for racing to be fair and competitive, with clearer boundaries. According to Sainz, several drivers offered valuable insights on specific scenarios, like how penalties should be applied when one or both drivers veer off track, and whether tighter rules should prevent aggressive, crowding out maneuvers when defending. Sainz hinted that drivers may see updated rules as soon as the Qatar GP, aligning with a broader push for improved racing standards. The FIA has reportedly acknowledged the need for adjustments, particularly around track limit enforcement and the positioning responsibilities of the defending car. Many drivers, including Norris, have advocated for physical deterrents, like gravel traps in certain areas, which would naturally prevent drivers from exceeding track limits without directly involving the stewards. While this solution isn't feasible at all circuits, it highlights the need for consistent, predictable rules that drivers can rely on to make quick, split-second decisions during races. With consensus among drivers and the FIA's commitment to rule revisions, this meeting could mark a turning point. Verstappen himself agreed that Sainz's summary of the talks was perfect, signaling that even rival drivers can find common ground in the pursuit of fair play. The revised rules, expected in Qatar, aim to enhance racing dynamics, reduce contentious rulings, and uphold the sport's integrity by making penalties less ambiguous. As the season progresses and F1 prepares for potential rule updates, fans and teams alike will watch closely to see how these changes impact the thrilling world of competitive racing. If successful, this may bring Formula One closer to a fairer, more transparent era in motorsport, where drivers' skills on the track truly define the race outcome. Stay subscribed for more videos.